Hi, hello, and welcome back to F1 Challenge Career Mode. My name is Mephisto, and today we're heading off to Australia for the opening round of the 2004 Formula One season. But before we begin, I would like to thank everyone who took part in the straw poll. I really appreciate it. First of all, because you guys get to have a say in what teams I'm driving for, and if I can come up with other ways to make my videos more interactive, trust me, you'll be the first to know. And second, it tells me that you guys are interested in the series, which makes my time spent on making these videos worthwhile. While we're on the subject, let's have a look at the poll results. 11 people took part in the poll, which is the most we ever had. And yes, I know I've been saying this every time, but it's true. Anyway, Renault, Jordan, Minardi, and Toyota haven't received any votes. Ferrari, Williams, BAR, and the Jaguar each received 1 vote. McLaren received 2 votes, but the clear winner are Sauber with 5 votes. So Sauber it is then. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun with them. It's a decent car and a fairly capable team, so we might even enter the title chase this season. A second championship wouldn't hurt. By the way, our teammate is Felipe Massa. Hopefully he'll be able to help us with the Constructors' Championship. Anyway, enough rambling and let's get started.
Located in downtown Melbourne, the spectacular Albert Park circuit combines several short straights with fast, sweeping turns. Unlike most street circuits, there is not a single 90-degree turn or hairpin in sight. I hate to quote the marketing pundits, but this venue really is a great place for the race.
Here we are in qualifying, coming out of the final corner. I was flying through the lap, setting the fastest times through sectors 1 and 2, and that is a 1:29.9, giving me pole position, which is amazing.
Hello there. Welcome to Australia. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful. The Sauber driver starts his race from first. Michael Schumacher, second. Rubens Barrichello, third. Trulli, fourth. Juan Pablo Montoya, fifth. Jenson Button, sixth. Webber, seventh. Felipe Massa was way off the pace of his teammate. He starts in eighth. Panis, ninth. Chris Leedokine, 10th. Raikkonen, 11th. Fernando Alonso, 12th. Giorgio Pantano, 13th. Gianmaria Bruni, 14th. Zobandana, 15th. Sato, 16th. Schumacher, 17th. David Coulthard, 18th. Heidfeld, 19th. Cristiano D'Amata, 20th.
And here we are on the grid for the season opener in Australia. Last time we had a lackluster race here, but sitting in pole gives me great confidence, so we might do well here today. We are off and immediately Michael Schumacher overtakes me, as well as Trulli, who started from third. Not an ideal situation for me, as I will now have to try and fight back, but I'm already challenging Trulli for second, and we have that in the bag. Next I'll need to try and find a way around Schumacher. Almost did it through turn 3 there, however I was a bit worried that I might crash into him on corner exit, so I had to back out, but I'm sure we'll get plenty more opportunities. And now for a replay of the start, loads of wheel spin on my part, which explains my slow start. Unfortunately, the launch control in this mod is a bit crap, so I'll have to do manual starts, which means I'll have to be a bit more careful with power application at the start. But that's okay though, I'm sure we'll manage. And we are now on board with former teammate D'Amata, whose engine seemed to cut out as soon as he shifted into gear, and my engineer needs glasses since I'm clearly not in first place yet. But I did try to snatch it through the fast chicane. Unfortunately, it didn't work out very well for me. Again, just like in turn 3 earlier, I was afraid of crashing into Schumacher on corner exit, but I'm slowly catching back up, so that's good. I may even overtake him on the start-finish straight. That probably would be the simplest way to do it. As we are now coming around to finish lap 1 of the Australian Grand Prix, we can see Damata's Toyota there to the right, and we're catching up to Schumacher, which is fantastic. And we take first place. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Now let's make sure Schumacher stays behind. Towards the end of lap 2, as I was coming into the penultimate corner, I started braking a bit too late, forcing me to go off and allowing Schumacher to retake the lead. That was a stupid mistake. Although Schumacher was pressuring me, I should have stayed focused, and none of this would have happened, as I once again overtake him on the start-finish straight. This time I'll make sure he stays behind. On lap 3, as we were coming through the fast chicane, Schumacher bumps into me from the side, damaging my suspension and taking himself out of the race. What was he thinking? He could have wiped both of us out. Anyway, let's see a replay. We are on board with third place, Jarno Trulli. As we exit the chicane, Schumacher tries to squeeze through a gap that isn't even there, loses his front wing, then crashes into the barrier and loses his rear wing. Honestly, that was Schumacher's fault. He was a bit too aggressive. I was already committed to that line, so there was nothing I could have done to avoid it. However, Schumacher should have picked up on that and backed out of the maneuver. Instead, he crashed into me and out of the race. That was quite silly of him, really. At the end of lap 10, I had to come in for fuel and tires. Trulli is behind me in second, some 23 seconds behind, so this is going to be tight. I'm not sure if a 23-second gap is enough to come out on top. And there he is in the bottom right corner of the screen. I think he's a bit too far behind though. However, we won't know until we are back on track. And it looks like I just might be able to make it out in front of him. Yes, I do. This is fantastic. I never would have thought. This is lap 12 and Trulli is keeping up with me quite well. He's been consistently within 2 seconds of me, so I have to be careful. But there's also an incident somewhere on the track, so let's have a look. And we're following Kimi Raikkonen in the West McLaren Mercedes. He has Heidfeld in front in the Jordan. Raikkonen tries to outbrake Heidfeld, but ends up crashing into him instead. And I'm surprised Heidfeld didn't lose his rear wing. But Raikkonen lost his front wing, so that's going to be a trip to the pits for him, as we continue on with our race trying to stay ahead of Trulli. And I mess up my braking point into this turn again, allowing Trulli to get even closer. But now, coming through the final 2 corners of the race, my rear tires are quite shot, but that doesn't matter as we are about to take first place in the 2004 Australian Grand Prix. That's the best way to start the season. First you secure pole, then you win the race. But to be honest, I was a bit worried there for a while, because for most of the race, Trulli was within 2 seconds of me, but then him and the rest of the field decided to pit for a second time, giving me a lot of breathing room in the last 1/3 of the race. If it wasn't for that second pit stop from the AI, the race would have been a lot more tighter.
Well, that's the end of a fantastic Australian Grand Prix. Here are the final results. The Sauber driver first. Jarno Trulli second. Barrichello third. Fernando Alonso fourth. Jenson Button fifth. Montoya sixth. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. The Sauber driver takes over the lead in the Drivers' Championship.
So we take the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Trulli is second, which is very impressive in my opinion. Barrichello third, Alonso fourth, Button fifth, Juan Pablo Montoya sixth, Ralf Schumacher seventh, and Olivier Panis eighth.
Renault take over the lead in the Constructors' Championship. Sauber are second, followed by the third place Ferrari.
Renault take the lead of the Constructors' Championship with 13 points. Our team is second with 10, Ferrari third with 6, Williams are fourth with 5 points, BAR are fifth with 4 points, and Toyota sixth with 1 point. Alright, that was a very good result for us. Again, the race would have been a lot tighter were it not for the fact that the AI pitted for a second time. Regardless, a win is a win, and that gives me great confidence going into the second race of the season in Malaysia. Will I be able to repeat today's results there? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out next time. So until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.